Hello.
Hello.
Okay. So yeah. Well, welcome to the stream. We're going to start in a bit. Wait. We should wait after two people to come. I'll check if this is working. Yeah. Yeah, it's working. Okay. So they're joining soon. Okay. We just let's just wait until they join.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Hello. Thomas Andrews Jr.
Ah, interesting. Very nice.
Hello. Actually, I think I could just show this first.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's like this size.
Mm. Yeah, you've got back office if you want to share.
Yeah. Hello, the last Olympiad. He just joined. We're waiting for 2 other people.
You want to be on the moment.
Hello, welcome to the stream. Do you want to just start now? And just while I'm just doing it. Yeah.
We can join in the conversation when they're here.
So I think we could just wait for Werton and Alex to join later on.
Yeah, they'll
And
join
we
and
can
we'll
just start the stream.
Right. So we have to do something. Good time frame of how long it's going to be. Just have the rec quiz.
Yeah. Do you want me to share the rec screen?
There you can.
The rec map. Yeah. Yeah. So I have a lot of stuff that here right now that I'm going to like discuss with other people right now. Other people and so the bow and I labeled some of the pieces but not like everything. We need to like identify each piece and stuff.
Yeah, I'll really give that. Time chips well. Right.
So this piece is the one here. And and this piece the one that's bent like 90 degrees is the one over here in Mark Draper's model. Oh, so there's an echo in the stream. Just a moment, I'll get my headphones, I think. Should probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, Alex is here. Alex is here. But he needs to. Alex, can you connect your mic and mic so that I could add you into the stream? Oh, also, Pulley, you're the one that's echoing, I think.
Well, I think it's you echoing, but it's because it says it's echoing my voice.
Oh, okay. I'll get my stuff. Alex needs to connect this mic. Yeah, so I think now I connected with my earphones.
Okay,
Is there less echoing? I hope so.
I'm not sure. I can still hear myself.
We could fix the echo problem later on. Oh, so that diagram, so one of the iceberg damages is actually out of the mud, is it?
Yes, this one. Well, images, that one is here.
Oh, I see.
A lot of it is quite bent from here to here. But it's like the deck is bulged, or the hull is bulged out. It's like they failed the rivets. Didn't think there was one down here. Makes sense
Yeah.
for boiling forward, but I've got to add this image. You've question.
So, guys, do you have any? If you have any questions, you could ask so that we could discuss about it in our stream.
Hmm.
So the Lost Olympian is asking us about the gym roof. What was the primary cause about the collapse?
The after collapse, basically all this area you're talking about. I mean, I don't think it was. I think it was more the fact that area is completely open to the current, and the current just can wash through and break all the support. And it just collapses. Now that it's sealed off, it's not going to do as much damage forward, but it will still weigh itself down. Do I have a picture of the? I don't think I do. It's already the angle of the gym, considering this is the decking line and then it's all sunken in. But I do think, going back to an image, get rid of this. So we're kind of looking along this area, and we have the sunken gym here. I would think there's probably, if you look at actually bring this image of, a lot of the decking here is still connected. It's like it's pulling down the hull and it's bulging out even more, but the keel was completely disconnected from the hull. Probably a effect of the break.
No, I think it's just the deck collapsing, causing it to just the shell plating to like bulge out.
Yeah, it's strange. I didn't think it would break it off the keel or the double bottom. It's literally just double bombed here, all the tanks are here, and then the entire shell plating that's on the side is just completely disconnected. It's either a progression, it's probably progressed as it's going, but I think there was an initial slice of a few rivets probably been broken by this area, considering whereas the keel was kind of here where it ends, and there's a lot more like 15 feet of hull still there.
Oh, okay. Alex is on the stream.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm participating in this. Sorry, it's a bit of confusing for me right now. So I think I'll be just a listener.
You probably chime in if you got any thoughts to talk about regarding either the break or.
Now we should just wait for Werton, and that'll be it. Oh, so we're doing that. Okay.
It's actually thinking of, I kind of wanted to discuss one of Glory's break, or their newest break, should I say.
The lighting and everything is like okay, but
yeah, the lighting looks fine. It is too bright.
Yeah.
But I think that's more just for display. I think they'll turn it down when the time comes.
Yeah, and I don't think the funnels didn't fall just directly to port, but rather to either like forward or
She
aft,
rolled way too
and
quick,
then
too quickly. Oh, sorry if I don't pronounce words very correctly. English is just not my primary language. Sorry.
yeah, it's
It's
okay,
fine.
it's
Alright.
fine. So now that moment is the most controversial,
Yeah,
and where it just pulls over Titanic.
just
I don't
2001
like it.
Titanic. No, I don't like it. It kind of goes against many of the survivors.
And probably there will be more air pockets in the around the poop deck area, so probably would go vertical
Yeah, like
somehow.
if you look at the bow, it was considering it was at a very high angle.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stern is completely disconnected and it says, "Oh, I don't actually want to flood like a ship. I just want to drop like a rock." It doesn't really make sense because we think the engine room's probably open at this point, so water's going to flood that area, putting the ship down really quickly. Because then it's just got an open space and probably stop at the turbine bulkhead, wherever that is, bulkhead J or something, not J, L or I think. Um, so yeah, it'll basically stop at that and then flood E deck, which will probably start the port list and then continue that way as it rolls over. But just yeah, I don't understand.
Actually, it's not only was it Charles Jogan that
Hmm.
said the stern keeled over. I think it was other survivor that said the stern keeled over.
Or wasn't he drunk?
Yeah, but there was another survivor.
Jack Sayer was mentioned in. Sorry for interrupting. Um, continue.
Okay.
So I think who was she?
They go from that strange rolling stone to where's the real time sinking? To the end of the real time. This just looks a bit more like what survivors saw. Yes, it's very bright, and yes, the emergency lights
This
didn't
is
come
the
on.
only
But
thing accurate in
Yeah.
this simulation. The final plan.
Yeah, that fourth funnel falling is a little better than the previous one.
yeah,
It should go aft first and then to
yeah.
port because
Well, if you look
well
at what,
the survivors mentioned that the funnel was going falling towards them.
yeah, you can look at the movie for example, when they broke the ship, um, when they broke, because they had a giant model, they showed had all the funnels and it broken the way they wanted. Yes, so it's not completely accurate,
Yeah.
but the funnels would just completely loose and would just fail when it could. So if you even look at the funnels in the movie, the as funnel falls aft,
Mm-hmm.
probably due to the whiplash of just the stern falling back.
Yeah. Oh, so it was uh Eva Hart that mentioned the stern keeled over,
Hmm.
not just Jogan. And also
Maybe it
some
is wrong.
other people said that there was no wake in in like the final moments.
Jack Thayer was mentioning that the decks of the stern were turning away from him when he was in the water. I remember.
Yeah. Oh, so one of the developers in Titanic Honor and Glory is changing
Can we
it.
change it? Thank God.
Yeah.
They probably heard, like, looked at the disc and just thought, oh, it's like, oh, we did it really wrong. But I do like the real time thinking more, mainly because she actually goes basically vertical, which is what survivors said. A lot of survivors said that she was pointing up like a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and every time I save it, she was like sticking up by about 150 feet, like most survivors estimated. A lot of people think that's way too high. That's like the movie, and I'm like, actually, where she is now is basically sticking out about 150 feet. 150 feet just from the end of the poop to the cargo cranes.
More like to the F masts.
Yeah, so roughly around as the superstructure starts on sea deck.
So, do you want to discuss about the wreck
Yeah,
now, or
just direct.
uh, yeah? A I have a map of it. Just a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah, the map. Just a moment. Yeah. So this one.
yeah, you've got most of the pieces there. But you got some of the
And
pictures for 3.
this is what Werton made, and this was one on the Final Word documentary.
Yeah, well, they
And
based the epicenter off where the boilers are.
and these two are from Mark Draper, and this is from Titanic Animations, and this is the descent that I drew, and finally this is I think the debris field map on in like 2006, 2005.
I think so.
Yeah.
The
So I
prefix
think
obviously not
this
going
is the Ballard piece. Probably the big piece was around here. So just draw an outline of it. And then the Ballard piece. We might able to see a pattern going on after we mark all the shell playing and match it up with this one.
I always find the most
And
interesting
probably
for
this
Sen is mainly because it's more.
this I think this is the
Oh, yes.
Ballard piece. I think. Just by seeing the one of the like yeah. Is this like part of the funnel? Or like shell playing? I think it's part of the funnel. I'm not sure. Is it?
I'm not sure. I believe it. I think the only funnel identified point is there's a flatten section in the bottom right of that area, kind of
So that
by the
one,
end of
yeah.
that gash. Um, that's like the only funnel piece I know. That's mainly because we found the whistles there.
Yeah.
And I believe they said it was the number 3 funnel.
And this would be the
Yeah, 90-degree
part of the
piece.
shell playing. Is this also part of the shell playing? I think.
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
I've got it on this image. It's like a weird kind of 75-degree angle bend to it.
And we gotta check what exactly that pattern is from.
when you look at a lot of the debris field, you can kind of have a feeling that the stern was in the middle of the double bottom of where it is now. Kind of like right on top of like 90-degree pieces. And she obviously she probably fell to the west and scattering pieces around.
Yeah. So that's not number 9. That's 4. And that'd be 6. This is 7. Oh, Werton is here. Werton. Hello. Hello.
Hey.
Oh, hi, Barton.
Hi.
So we're just discussing about the debris field, and I, along with a lot of pictures that I brought before the stream.
Oh yeah.
Trying to figure out if there's like any shell plating around.
I'm not sure what this piece is. I think we need a better look on that later on.
Hold on. I can check that.
I also brought your this one as well, Werton.
Oh, brilliant. That one's very
Yeah.
that one's very useful.
Yeah. So there's another piece. And we could also compare it with this and always like check. I think this one is, yeah, also for reference, this would be where the forward keel was, and this was where the aft keel would have been.
Basically,
And
if
you
that's
could see,
plating
like-
above it.
Yeah, and you could see like the outline, and it doesn't really match the break that we see on Roy Mangot's deck by deck sections map. It follows like different rules. So this is where the coal bunker would be.
Do we actually know where the coal bunker is?
No, I think
Where?
it's like scattered everywhere.
It was probably in the epicenter. It was probably crushed. By both the keel and the stern as it compressed. If it broke the bottom burst down. Sorry.
And these will be part of the decking, but I'm not sure exactly where these pieces were part of.
Is that object in the pink square and up tower?
No,
This
this
is the
is
galley
the
deck.
galley decks.
Oh,
and
it's the
this is
galley
up
decks.
tower.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just mark this one too.
Yeah, the
What
aft
was
tower
the
is
other-
yellow one. Just directly above the stern.
Ah, yes, I see now. Thanks.
The yellow one. Also, do you know where the other cylinder is? Oh yeah, never mind. I found it. It's this
Yeah.
one. Also, this would be part of the decking.
You reckon?
It could be aft of either under the what's it called? The aft tower.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah,
that was a
probably
very unknown.
like D-Deck, yeah.
Yeah, because no one actually knows where that place is.
I wonder what this piece is.
It looked quite tall and solid.
Let's see if I can see it on
That would be brilliant.
the Train to Titanic documentary. I've got an image of the debris field when he did a scan.
We need a better picture of this piece. Pretty tall. So, the reason why the starboard section of the hull is like more peeled off is because I think it actually had a port list.
I think it had a port list, and I think as it kind of failed to porting forward, it was just pushing out the starboard side plating. And most likely was the reason the rest of it peeled. Because as it went vertical and just went down, it would have continued to continue peeling it back until it eventually broke at a well deck. But look at a lot of pieces and you think, when did it come down? Or when did it break off? Was it into descent? Was it at the surface?
Why is 4 in such an unusual shape compared to the rest of it? Like that whole side.
Which piece, sorry?
It's numbered 4 on the colour picture there. It's bent in like an S.
Well, it's actually for that pieces above the aft keel, or the aft double bottom. Which could actually help if it was, if it is bent in S, which it looks like it is, then it could explain bottom up, because if it compresses at the bottom, it's going to just bend the steel where it likes.
Yeah, but looking at this, it probably could have bent inwards, I think. I'm not sure. It's like confusing because it's like almost a Z. Wait a minute. Wait. I think I've seen that somewhere. Oh yeah, found it. I think this piece This one right here. This piece
Yes.
might have been this one.
You reckon?
Oh, really?
Probably.
I
I'm
do
not
see
sure.
what you mean. Yeah, I
It
know
might
that
be
piece
other
is very
color
unknown.
because I'm assuming that's part of the decking.
It looks like it has a different shade.
Yeah. That was more like a V and this is more like a Z.
It does look like a big piece though. And we know it's C deck under because it's got frameworks on it.
I'll mark the ambiguous pieces just white. Later on just color after I find what it is. So the second class smoking room would probably be more south of this. I think.
It is still in the stern. Before it collapsed into the stern. Did you say second class diamonds?
Yeah, the fourth column base.
I'm just making it so. I know, looking at it looks like it's looking at the stern. It looks like it's still there because there's still remnants of the fourth funnel on the stern, some piping and stuff. So I think the uptakes squished together a little bit. But it goes straight to the boat.
I found number 5. And I think that'll be number 8. Let's just do something fun. Okay, so I'm going to just draw a line that just connects all the pieces. Where's my... Yeah. So 3, 4, 5. I'm not sure what happened there. Probably was expecting more of a spiral.
Well, if you put the hybrid sensor around the 90 degree piece of shell plating, then it all really falls east or southeast, and then
Oh, so it would have failed first.
well, it seems like it's probably it was obviously splitting off shell plating, decking, interior cabin, beds, or whatever. So it's probably spiraled its way southeast, splitting around. Let's see if I can get an image.
And why something is just pretty.
So it seems like the galley deck detached quite lately, right?
I think it happened quite late. I think the aft tower and galley deck came off relatively late in the descent. You think 2.5 miles, the aft tower probably came off at 1.2 miles under. Then the galley deck probably came at 2 miles.
That would make a lot of sense.
Because that's one thing I find the problem with Mango's theory is if they all just broke off at the surface, then they would most likely be a bit more scattered.
I think they definitely would have been created at the surface, but they didn't separate fully.
No. I think the shell plating peeling back probably made for chunks. Because you think of the galley decks supported by, if you think the aft superstructure is probably supported by B deck, so when B deck fails, it's going to shoot off because it has no shell plating around it, or the superstructure is going to fail before B deck does. But with the galley section, it's probably going to hold on for a while until all the frames peel off from the shell plating, and it will just eventually break off from there.
So this would be, so in Maggot's diagram, the galley decks are mangled, but it is intact in the wreck. So I think, yeah, that would have been the neutral axis.
Yeah, I think when it eventually broke, the keel broke. The keel can't bending more due to compression and maybe the engine to stopping it and the coal bunker. And as it fails to break upwards, it will decide I'm just going to pull the superstructure apart, and then when B deck fails, nothing else can hold it together, and it probably held onto F deck a little bit, and then I'd most likely think at the uptake it broke forward at the forward of the uptake, that's where it broke, and the bow disconnected, so it's just the keel holding it together. You can probably figure out the seam line of the brake, figuring out the weakest point of the steel, which would be around the boreholes.
So the green is the shell plating and the bright blue is the decking, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's B.
Interesting. Would be interesting to think if the chat thinks she broke top down or bottom up. That's this is of their theories.
Probably would have been a mix of both top down and bottom up.
Yeah. If like the split of the community just thinking, oh no, it broke it top down. Like, oh no, it actually broke bottom up, and then the ones who actually looked into the breakup would think, why not both?
Pretty much. The last bit to break would be between the bottom and the top.
Hmm. Do we think the keel held on to the bow?
No.
I don't think either. Even though there's a lot of people who say that it probably could have.
Yeah, because one person just suggested the Olympic, when they were scrapping Olympic, even though it has been like going through waves for like a lot of years, a lot of decades, the keel was still like pretty in good condition.
Like, I think the keel held on. Actually, there's a lot of thought I've had recently saying the double bottom broke, and it held on. The keel held on to the bow and stern a little bit, and the bow pulled down the stern until the bow just wants to disconnect.
I don't think it would be such a relatively clean break.
No, I mean if you look at the double bomb pieces, it's not a nice. They can even look at the aft section on the keel, which is on the coloured image, the left one. If you look on the starboard side, which is the bottom of it, it's completely broken in a different area than the port side, which makes sense.
And also Mark Draker also mentioned there is like the horizontal break was happening in the shell plating around E and F decks, so probably on the galley decks caused it, I think.
Potentially.
Yeah, I think the debris field is like allowed. Yeah. So mark that one piece.
That piece you just highlighted, it looks like a lot of deck to me.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does look
So
like it.
here's half the length of the galley.
I'll put it in the Discord.
I'll post this on Discord later on.
Yeah.
So anything else that you all want to share?
Sense of debris field, not so much.
No. That is interesting seeing the pattern though.
Hmm. Looking at the debris field, you just have that big sense that a lot actually held on at the surface. But the only thing that probably broke off, obviously, some of the boilers, probably the coal bunker as well, and the forward tower. Because even though many survivors said she'd broken free.
I see something.
You can probably see the order which they break off.
Hmm.
Because they seem to be in a broad circle.
Yeah, you can probably go for, if you look at like all the pieces, you can probably think of how heavy they are or estimate how heavy they are. And when they break off, they're just going to either drop or have very little effect on movement, unless they had momentum. So you think the galley deck's very close to the stern, it's in line of where the hypersensor was, and where the stern is now, so it probably broke off extremely late.
7 is something which went straight down because it's sat upright.
7 is, I think I assume that it's the ballard piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably is A.
One thing that's actually always interests me is that the engine cylinders are very close to it's the blue bit by the aft tower.
Yeah, the forward cylinders.
Yeah, and it makes you think because the keel broke under the engine, so when the keel flops down, it's going to pull the engines with it. So it must have come off when the keel either disconnected or well, at the surface. Even though there were some 2 passengers, in some library I'll find it now, who said they believe they saw something low in the deck looking engine-like fall forward. I think they said it was like they were both in boat 9, which is starboard of the ship, like in line with the second funnel.
Is that the second cylinder outlined under the white part there by the boilers?
This one. This one?
No,
Or this one?
yeah, that one there. Is that a cylinder?
I've got an image of the cylinder.
No, cylinder. The cylinder is here. This is
Okay.
the cylinder, and I have no idea what this is. It's this one.
That's big.
If I had to hazard a guess, it'd be all the missing stack of decks from the starboard side, I think. If I had to guess.
I think most of the things scattered is above the engines. If you look at the stern, it's or especially in 1986, practically everything from where the back of the engines would be, or bulkhead L is, and forward above the engines is gone. Yes, the main piece there is the aft tower, but the aft tower only really goes down to beat it.
That mystery pile could be its own tower of its own, looking at the shadow, the sonar shadow.
The white one in the middle of the boilers? It could, considering the shadow, it's probably quite tall. It's a weird shadow.
Could be one of the sides of the tower, the aft tower, which would be interesting.
Oh, what do you mean, the starboard side of it?
Yeah.
I wonder if these all match together somehow.
Like looking at the pieces, you can probably figure out when they came off by estimating how fast the stern's spiraling. Because we know she fell at about.
Wait, I think I found a pattern.
If you look at the stern, we know she fell at about 40 miles per hour.
It's making something. It's going in this general direction.
But do we think she was spiraling instead of revolving on like a neutral axis in the center of it, or do we think she was basically following the stern down and falling in a very strange spiral?
Probably is going in a spiral because we know there's stuff like a trail of debris.
Yeah, but I've always been confused by that piece.
Yeah, it doesn't have any debris on it, major debris.
No, I think they've had some coal there and very little pieces of shell plating.
The galley piece location is now confusing for me.
In what way?
Let me explain. I mean, wait a second.
So I have a position of the centimeters.
It gives a feeling like if it detached quite lately from the stern. How did that happen like this? I mean, how did the galley piece? How it didn't detach earlier?
Some deck notes up. Because the galley's in between two uptakes. Or top of 2 upticks, so it would have been fairly weak. Seaville's held on by bulkhead K.
So looking at all these, I think so like it went in like this general direction when it descended.
It makes sense if it sheds the most wreckage at the start.
Yeah, I think as probably the strange weird water explosion happens in the stern, it probably just blew a lot of the shell pigeon out. But you got
Do
the
you want
peeling
to
of the shell
end the
plating.
stream? Do you want to end the stream right now and like continue later on?
We can probably figure out all the pieces and then discuss the pieces.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Yep. So let's end the stream right now.
Awesome.
Okay.
Alright.